Hello, this is Howard Cooper from Howard Cooper's Rapid Change Works, and today I wanted to get you thinking about becoming curious. And the reason I say becoming curious is, here's the thing. If you are struggling with anxiety or struggling with feeling like there's things going on in your life that you can't control or you feel like you're a victim to, then listen in, because getting curious is going to help. And what I mean by getting curious is this. I often have people and they walk in my door to come and see me, and they sit over there in the chair, and what they present is this idea that they're kind of walking along, minding their own business, and some unpleasant feeling just comes out the blue and smites them down. I suddenly feel anxious. It just came from nowhere. Now, I would like to suggest that coming from nowhere is an illusion. And if people can get curious about, well, hold on a second, I don't accept it comes from nowhere. What's the thinking or what's going on in my head before it appears that maybe I haven't yet been aware of? That's going to make a difference. And one of the things I'd ask you now, really to help kind of get this, is what order do you get dressed in the morning? Like, really consider that. When you wake up, what order do you put your clothes on in? And I'll ask lots of people this, and you may think about this and realize that, not quite sure. Hold on, I haven't really considered that before. How do I do it? I even had someone yesterday, and I asked them that question. They didn't know until they started miming. Like, oh yes, it's definitely morning. So underwear often is the first thing. And then I'll say, well, left foot first or right foot first? I don't know. Now stop and realize, look, they've been doing this every single day. You probably get dressed every single day, and there is a sequence to it. Like, there has to be. But yet when I ask you what the sequence is, for many people, they're going to struggle. Why? Because you do it so often, it kind of drops into kind of unconscious processing. It's going on without you really having to pay attention to it. So what people find is the result of them being dressed, but they aren't aware of the sequence necessarily. But let's imagine someone, you said to a friend, what order do you get dressed in the morning? And they said, there is no order. I'm naked and then just dressed. You'd kind of look at them and you'd go, hold on a second, that doesn't seem to make sense. I think there's some missing steps. You haven't remembered the whole thing. And that's, for me, what I hear when people say, I just feel anxious from nowhere. That's a little bit like saying to me, I'm naked and then I'm dressed. They're missing out the sequence that has to be. So if you can get curious, and the way you get curious is you just keep going back in your mind and going through, like, when was the last time I had that? What was I thinking about? What were the images I was making in my head? What were the words that were popping up in my head? What was the stuff that was leading to my body responding to these things that created the anxiety? So rather than accepting, I just walk down the street and feel a certain way, why don't you begin to get curious and discover the thinking that goes just before the feeling? And that can often really help to break through whatever's going on for you.